All right. So I'm going to make a motorcycle. I have a few different large motorcycle posted already. I've changed how I do this one, and I think it's a bit better. Uh, it's definitely not as good as the one that has the 16-inch donut in it, but they don't make donuts anymore, do they? So these are 360s. We've got two for the tires. So we're going to blow those up. Now, I don't blow them up all the way. I leave myself approximately a hand width at the end of the black. And if you want, you can pull that off. Okay. Kind of give it a bit of a rub there. You're going to do it again. Okay. Squish. I give it a bit of a squish. I tie it. Okay, then we're going to pull the end off. There we go. I think the first one I did is a bit bigger. So if it's a bit bigger, I make sure it goes on the back. If it's the same size, then of course it doesn't matter. Then I'm going to take another color, whatever color you want the motorcycle to be. Oh, sorry. I give this to the birthday boy at a birthday party. Okay. So anyway, we've got whatever color we got. Once again, blow it up to about 4 fingers. We're going to do the exact same thing. Once again, about 4 fingers. Now, this, if you've seen my other video on how to make a motorcycle, I tie it together right here, but this one I do a bit differently now. So we got about 4 fingers of balloon. We're going to do about another 4 fingers of balloon, and these are going to get twisted together underneath so it locks in place. Give it a bit of a squeeze to make it soft, and we're going to push it. Sorry, let's stand here so you can see me. We're going to go, 8, 10, 12 fingers. Eventually, you'll figure out what's best for you. Lock that in place. We're going to take our third 360. You could do all of this with 360s. I have decided to only use 3, and then I use a couple of 260s, and it's all for speed, because I find for this it takes too long to make. Once again, you've blown that up to about 4 fingers to the end, 5 fingers, it doesn't matter that much. Then we're going to, about 4 fingers. There, that's pushed in, wrapped in tight. Squish once again, these top part. We're going to go as long, like the idea is the child is able to step inside and eventually put one leg on one side of this and one leg on the other side of the bar. So this part here has to be big enough from here that the front tire can go on it, okay? So as big or as small as the child is, you can, if you've done this a few times, you can figure it out. So I wrapped it around, and then I wrapped through, and that way it won't unwind. I like to use what I call the hand span. I put my thumb right at the beginning, and that's as right to the end of my middle finger. Now, if you're running out of balloon, you can do 2 of them, like hand span over here, put your 2 twists together, or you can just use 2 pinch twists and put that in and tie it up. So anyway, we're just going to say do the original method, which was a second hand span twist. We're going to take our front tire. We're going to put the twist right. Hopefully you can see the twist where I tied the balloon together, the black balloon. We're going to get these 2 pinch twists. Remember, give them a little bit of a pull when you're putting them together. That way you don't hear a lot of squeak, squeak, squeaking. Okay, we're going to make some noise, so knock the end off of that. We're going to knock the end off of that one too. So there, believe it or not, is part of a motorcycle. Now we're going to take this one right here that is down. I make it about the same size. If you want to make it smaller, you can make it smaller. You want to make it bigger, I wouldn't suggest it, okay? So anyway, we're doing our twist. Then we're going to do, the approximate hand span. Wrapping that around. Then we're going to do a pinch twist. The pinch twist holds the front tire kind of in the downward position, we'll say. Right there. Okay. We're going to put a seat here in a little bit. So now up at this point, I'm going to do a pinch twist and a second pinch twist. Okay, so here comes one. Here comes the second one. And if you do this enough, you might realize, maybe I should have used one of these balloons here to do the pinch twist. But do it and you'll learn. That's just how it goes. So, for no reason at all, I am using a metallic silver 260. There. Blow that up. I'm going to do a double pinch twist. Maybe I shouldn't have used metallic. I'm not sure how well it shows up. But anyway, we've got a bubble and a bubble. I'm going to twist, and then we're going to do the pinch twist. I'm going to squish. I'm going to decide about that big. So 12 fingers. And that twist goes into the original 2 bubbles that I had at the back of the tire. I can wrap that around once. Then I'm going to, again, soften the 260. I'm going to match up, so this bubble here matched up with the very first bubble I had for the disc or the length. I'm going to wrap that around the double pinch twist. Then I'm going to pull the end off, or use your cutting tool, whatever you have. Air comes out. Then this gets wrapped around where the child will sit in here, okay? It gets wrapped around, and we're going to tie it into the double pinch twist. So any way you want to wrap that around, the double pinch twist is the correct way to do it. If you have your cutting tool, you can cut this off. You can also just rip it off, okay? And the double pinch twist, I just put it right like that, okay? That holds the tire down. I used to use a big 360, but it took too much time. Okay? Now, if you want, you can turn this into a pinch twist. Okay? Right there. You're going to grab another 260, and this can be any color you like. It doesn't have to match. Do what you want. There we go. So I've blown that up to a couple of fingers. I'm not sure if you can see that. A couple of fingers. Okay. So we're going to see. This does take quite a bit of time. I wish I could think of a faster way to do it, but since they don't make the donut balloon anymore, this is what I'm forced to do. So, and we're gonna loop that big loop. What I'm making here is what we'll call the seat. Okay. And it goes any way you want to put it around this pinch twist, you do that, okay? I'm going to twist the seat a couple of times. What the heck? Let's push that through. Okay. We're going to pop it. Bam, there. Then I'm going to tie that up, and I'm going to squish. Actually, there's a little bit left there. These metallics, they don't like pushing the air down to the end much. But anyway, got the knot there. Find your halfway point. That is about halfway on the balloon. And wrap it around the double pinch twist at the top of the handlebars. And you're just going to shape the handlebar again. There. Zoom. There's your motorcycle. So what you're going to do is the little birthday man, he's going to step right inside there, okay? He's going to step inside. His one leg's going to go here. His other leg's going to go there. And then you're going to pick it up. I tell the kid, step into it like a pair of pants, and we pull it up, because for sure they're going to start running in it, and you don't want them to break the balloon, okay? If you do break the balloon, which does happen, my suggestion is you blow it up, you tie one end, and then you tie the other end. So you've got both ends of the balloon, the black balloon tied up. Then you can force it through here and force it through there, or whichever way you do it, and then tie it up. If it's not tied up both sides, then the air tends to go whichever direction, and it's not much fun. If you really want to be extra neat, you can cut those off, or you can turn them into a double pinch twist. But there it is. That is what I do for a young boy. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know. If you have any requests, let me know. Other than that, have a wonderful day. Bye for now.